Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today I'm going to talk about how to relieve perimenopause and menopause nausea. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. Nausea was one of the symptoms I was really surprised at. You don't normally associate it with the perimenopause and menopause. It tends to be just, a sort of pregnancy thing. But I have found over the years that so many women experience this at some point along the way. So I thought what I would do today is look at the main causes and what you can do to help yourself. The main reason is just the fact that your hormone balance is changing as you go towards the perimenopause and menopause. And it's all to do with the balance between progesterone and estrogen. So it is a little bit like morning sickness, but what we find in the perimenopause and menopause is very often it can strike at any time. It can often happen during the day and sometimes when you're least expecting it. So the other factors, and there's lots of other triggers too, and once you can be aware of what they may be, it's going to be much easier to sort. So number one is liver stress. Now, for those of you that have been watching for a while, you'll know that I do place a lot on healthy liver function during the menopause because it can impact on lots of different symptoms. So we do know that general liver stress, which is caused just by all the hormonal changes going on. So this is not to do with liver disease or anything. It's just the fact that our poor old livers are struggling in the 21st century with all the hormonal changes, with stress, with environmental factors, the things that we put on the skin and the things that we eat. So if we have all this added pressure on our liver, plus the fact that falling estrogen slows our whole digestive tract down, so things take a lot longer to digest in the stomach, it takes a lot longer for the liver to react to what you've been eating and so on. So we know that this can be a big factor. If your food isn't getting broken down properly in the stomach, especially if you've eaten quite a fatty meal or a meal with lots of oils in it, then very often that can just sit in your stomach. So that's going to make you feel sick. The liver also produces bile, which emulsifies our fats. So again, if the liver is really struggling, if it's a bit sluggish, it might not release the bile on time. So you've got this fatty meal struggling through your digestive tract, and that is going to make you feel sick. So that's one thing to be aware of. Do you just get the nausea maybe an hour after you've eaten? And in which case you need to look at the digestive angle of this situation. Number two, it can also be low blood sugar levels. And again, our blood sugar control can go all over the place with all the hormonal changes going on. So your blood sugar can be fine 1 minute and it can suddenly dip the next minute. And it can be that dip that then triggers the nausea. It can be just due to the fact if we're really busy, we might forget to eat properly. If you're missing breakfast, that can be a huge thing. It can be other things that can affect our blood sugar control. So it can be things like caffeine, fizzy drinks, and also high sugar foods. So these all rev up your blood sugar levels, and then you get that almighty crash afterwards. And again, it's that crash that can trigger the nausea. It can be dehydration too. And again, for those of you that have been watching for a while, dehydration causes so many problems. If you're also getting hot flushes or sweats, you're going to be dehydrated a lot of the time. And then again, that dehydration can affect the digestion. It can affect your nervous system, and that can trigger the nausea as well. You might find too that some people get a feeling of nausea and then suddenly they get a hot flush or a sweat. It may be the other way around. You get a hot flush and a sweat, and then suddenly you get the nausea. This one is very often an indication that your nervous system is really struggling. It's producing things like adrenaline, which again is going to rev up your nervous system, and that can make you feel sick too. So the anxiety and stress can be a big ankle. Number 3, if you're getting nausea first thing in the morning, so you're waking up, maybe just as you sit up, you're getting that feeling of nausea. It's normally 3 issues here. So number 1 is our blood pressure very often rises very quickly first thing in the morning. So you need it, that could be a trigger too. So again, if you are finding that you're getting things like palpitations, maybe you're getting dizziness during the day, it might be an idea just to get your blood pressure checked. For some of you though, it could be a big dip in blood pressure. We're all very unique, and you know, there's no standard thing here, but sometimes, again, if there's a big dip in the morning of blood pressure, that can cause a problem. It's very often dehydration, and especially if you've been having night sweats or you've been running to the toilet quite a lot during the night, your body's just completely dehydrated, and that's triggering everything. It can be low blood sugars as well. If you think about it, if you've had an evening meal, maybe 6, 7 o'clock the previous evening, if you haven't had anything to eat since then, you're literally at least 12 hours without any food. And that low blood sugar is sitting there first thing in the morning that can do it. So what are the sorts of things that you can do to alleviate these symptoms? First thing, especially if you think it's associated with digestion, do a gentle liver support work maybe for a month or 2. We have got a nice, easy liver plan for you to follow. So there will be a link somewhere for that for you. You can look at a combination of herbs that help to support liver function. So that's things like dandelion, artichoke, peppermint and boldo. So all of these herbs can work well at helping to support liver function and also to increase the production of bile. So again, if you're getting that nauseous after eating fatty foods, then herbs such as this can certainly be of benefit. Eat little and often, so make sure that your blood sugars are well supported, and don't start the day on an empty stomach. If you're one of those that's not keen on having anything to eat first thing, then try maybe a protein powder shake first thing, so that at least you're starting off your day in a stable way rather than your blood sugars are already dipping. And again, try and avoid the caffeine. If you must have a cup of coffee, have it after breakfast, have it near food, and don't have that cup of coffee first thing when you get up, because again, that's going to rev up your nervous system and cause issues with your blood pressure control. If you're getting nausea first thing in the morning, then it's really important to have a snack before you go to bed. So not a sugary one. So go more for a kind of proteiny one. So maybe an oat cake, a nut butter, half a mini avocado, which is a really good thing to keep your blood sugar stable. Maybe homemade protein balls can be great. If you have a little bit of a sweet tooth, then no more than 2 medjool dates. It needs to be the medjool dates for this to help keep your blood sugar stable during the night. And have a little shot glass of warm water just before bed to stave off that dehydration. You can look at stress remedies such as passion flower, lemon balm, and the magnesium as well. These can all be really helpful for keeping your nervous system nice and stable. Acupuncture too, if everything is revving up, you feel you're revving up and then getting the nausea, acupuncture can be really helpful. The one thing here though is some women have told me that it's got to the point where the nausea, they're actually vomiting, they're being really sick, they can't keep any food down. Please just check this with your doctor. There could be other underlying issues that maybe need a little bit of attention. And obviously you can't keep on being sick, because you're going to lose any nutrition that you're getting from your food. So in this situation, please just double check with your doctor. So I hope you found this one helpful. If any of you have had this and have found something really good that has helped you, you know I love to read all your stories. Please share them with everybody else. And until next time, take care and have a lovely week.